Hi, my name is John Mallett. I'm president and founder of Main Street Mortgage. A lot of people are asking the question, why would I ever want to buy a home in 2022? I mean, if you really think about it and we address the elephant in the room, it's the increase in rates. I mean, they've gone from 3% to 7%. So a lot of people are asking, why would I ever want to buy a home? Well, first of all, it's interesting to note that over the last 30 years, rates have been at about between 7 and 8%. And so as a result, we're really back to normal as to what it used to be. The rates were abnormally low simply because the various administrations wanted to stimulate the economy. And so the Federal Reserve reached out and they bought all of these mortgage-backed securities, which decreased the supply of those securities, and that drove the rates down. Well, now because of inflation rising, and I believe that the last time I checked, we were still at around 8%. With inflation going up, the Fed is basically saying, no, we want to quell inflation. And the only way to do that is to increase rates. It's interesting also to note that rates will continue to rise until such time as inflation is down. When rates were lower, and the inflation rate was around 2%, and that's about where the Fed likes to keep it. So now they're saying, okay, we're going to bring rates up, and we want to do that so that we can bring inflation down. But what's really important to understand is, why would I ever want to buy a home now? Well, there are some reasons why that really do make a lot of sense. Number one, prices are coming down as a result of it. 20% of all sellers right now are actually decreasing their price. We just had a deal that we closed just recently where the seller paid $20,000 in closing costs to buy the rate down, and the rate came down by 1.25% than what the normal market rate was. I mean, it's amazing what you can do. And also, because prices are coming down just a little bit, it also gives you an opportunity to get in and get a home. It used to be that you'd have to make 10 offers, came in on one home, and it was very difficult to find a home actually and get an offer accepted. So now there's a greater propensity that you'll be able to get the home that you want. If in fact rates do come back down, you can always refinance it. The other thing that's interesting is a lot of buyers are really influenced by what's happening with the media. The media is talking about plunging prices. It's really important to understand that a survey was done by Freddie Mac that showed that basically for every 1% of increase in rates, that the prices of home would come down around 4%. But what they normally don't tell you is that prices year to date for 2022 have gone up about 16%. Well, that means that basically with the increase in rates, that the median price home or the increase in homes haven't plunged. They've simply gone down to a zero growth status. So we're still not in a negative position. We're still actually positive. In fact, some people are estimating that home prices will still grow around 5.5% for 2022. And so the resiliency of the housing market is really strong. And it's pretty tough to go out and build a whole bunch of new houses. The United States, according to a survey by Freddie Mac recently, showed that we were down by 4 million homes across the nation. Some people even suggest just in the state of California, we're down by 3.5 million homes. Well, it's pretty tough to build that within a short period of time. And so to suggest that prices are going to plunge is really not realistic, because there's so much more demand than there is supply. And as a result of that, the chances of getting in a plunging market like 2008 is really rare, because in our market, jobs are still strong. In fact, there's 10 million job openings right now that can't be filled. And so there's a lot of really momentum going that's still strong. If jobs go away, then that would be a different factor. But right now, that is just not the case. Also, what's important to understand is most of the mortgages being made today are mortgages based on people giving their pay stubs. They're actually qualifying for these mortgages. And as a result of that, the default rates are so much less than they used to be. So having a repeat of 2008 is really pretty slim. Right now, what we're in a very stable market with decreasing prices that are moderating to a certain extent, that allows you to be able to make the offer and get a home. Give us a call, because we can show you so many different ways to navigate through the process of buying your home, whether it's your first home or whether it's a repeat home. There is so much opportunity out there to where the increase in rates is only a very small aspect of it. Home ownership is so much more important. In fact, it's interesting to note that the median net wealth of a renter is about $6,000. A median net worth of a homeowner is about $225,000. It's a 46 times difference. It makes a huge difference to be able to get into a home. And if in fact rates come home or rates go down, if rates do decrease, then of course you can always refinance it. But to take advantage of the ability to buy a home now is great. And whether rates are high or whether they're low, you still need shelter. And when you're paying rent, your interest rate is 100%. And so it makes sense to be able to get into the market as soon as you can, responsibly. It might be a little bit tight for you at first, but I promise you that it works out. Homeownership is a wonderful way to go. We can help you navigate through it. We can give you the information so that you can feel comfortable about whether or not you want to move forward. And we'll give you all the information. We'll get you pre-approved for it, what we call a gold standard pre-approval letter, so you know that when you give that to your real estate professional to make the offer, you're good for it. And you know that you can close escrow, close on your home, and buy the home of your dreams. Really encourage you to give us a call. We'd love to work with you. There's so much opportunity out there. It makes a lot of sense to at least ask the question, what do I need to do to get into a home today?